Hey guys, today I want to tell you about the decision that absolutely changed my life. Okay, so there was in high school, that sophomore, junior, and my mother comes to me one day and says she's getting divorced, right? And she's going back to Mexico, which sucks, obviously, but that's not even the point of the story. Right? The point of the story is that there I had to make a choice. Do I follow my mom or do I stay in the U.S. and continue my goals to, at least I wanted to get a high school diploma because I knew that came with a lot of opportunities, right, for my life. Just because a Mexico diploma is just not worth much, definitely not in the U.S. So I stayed. I stayed with my stepdad and my two brothers. And a few days later, my stepdad comes to me and he tells me that, he can barely make rent and that he can't afford me. So I had to go live with my mom. And in that, literally living that conversation, I had a choice for me. It was my first real choice that was truly mine. And really the choice was, do I stay in the U.S. and figure it the fuck out, having no place to live? Or do I, play it safe and go back with my mom to Mexico? And kind of leave behind all my aspirations, right? And there I was, I don't know, this 16-year-old kid. And my conversation probably until like at 9 p.m. And what I choose to do is walk my ass like 3 miles in the dark to my closest relative. And it was like the sister of my grandfather, pretty much, I get great on. And I told him that in the situation. And I told him that I wanted to finish high school and if they would take me in for, a few months or the year until I finished. And, that later on, I was staying with them for a few months. And for whatever circumstances developed, they told me that I needed to move elsewhere, right? This was my fault. Staying. I guess again, for those 60-year-old poor baseball decision, I was truly fucking out of relatives. Most of my family's from Mexico. I immigrated here when I was young. And again, I had to decide how the future of my life was going to be. And just go back to Mexico, play it safe, or figure it the fuck out. And this time I really didn't have any plan. Like, not at all. So pretty much I decided I was going to figure it the fuck out. And I remember right before my classes started, I was door knocking. On like friends that my mom had met through church or something like that. I didn't even know these people, to be honest. I didn't know them at all. Never met them. But I told my mom to make a phone call and then I went to go knock, see if they would take me in. And I stayed with them for a few months. And then eventually, there were some internal problems within the family, and they told me I had to move again. So again, friends, homeless, pretty much. I never really lived in the streets, but I never really had a home. And I figured the fuck out. I went to my best friends, and I asked if I could stay with them. And again, I've been blessed with the kindness of many people in my life. Yeah, and they did take me in. And it was a fucking hustle, doing college, school, and then working fucking 35, 40 hours a week on top of that, to try to pay rent to all these people that were taking me in, right? So anyways, friends, I wanted to tell you that decision to be tenacious, to be determined, is one of the most grateful things I am for about myself. Something I loved that I did, because my life that was a turning point where my life could have been a very, very simple life, way below my potential, but it ended up being a great thing, because when everything was scary and my future was not determined, I could count on something. And again, that was my tenacity, that I believed I was going to figure it out. And I guess the takeaway for you is that, friends, like, you don't necessarily need to know what your future is, what your path can look like. You just need to trust that you will figure it out. And it's not just trust, right? But you need to develop that confidence within yourself so that no matter how dark your future looks, you can always at least count on yourself. So I'll leave you with that. Out.